Scientific research in the 21st century is radically different from what it used to be before, even just looking at a few decades back. The solitary scientist locked in a candlelit room mulling over his theory or tinkering in his little Dr. Caligari-style laboratory is pretty much a thing of the past. The great scientific discoveries of our age have happened thanks to the possibility of easily sharing ideas, information, and knowledge, irrespective of geographic distances. The constantly growing complexity of the challenges and the problems that humanity is facing require novel approaches, collective intellectual effort, larger and larger amount of data to be analyzed and processed. Problems at such level of complexity can no longer be tackled by individuals or small groups anymore. Nowadays, we tend to use the expression scientific collaboration quite casually, but why is that? Have we ever stopped to think about why this has become the standard way of referring to the organizational structure of people working in science? Many advancements in technology and society have allowed for this paradigm shift, but one of the most fundamental is probably the creation of the internet and, in my opinion, the inception of the NREN networks. A dedicated, custom-built, high-speed, community-driven, in most cases publicly funded infrastructure with its global reach, its intrinsic openness and neutrality that has allowed researchers, academics, and students over the last 40 years or so to freely and quickly share information and data. This has contributed to make the network an integral and inseparable part of scientific research, and not just for those collaborations that have a need for large-scale data sharing. Online libraries, data repositories, e-learning platform, reliable videoconference systems are all things that our NREN community allows millions and millions of users around the world to access it seamlessly and securely every day. Thanks to our infrastructures and our work, their data can become knowledge. Now, looking at the journey that goes from the spark of an idea to a scientific breakthrough, it dawned on me that it can be compared to the creation and experience of music. It starts in the mind of a composer. It is then formalized, written down, and made publicly available for everybody to play. At some point, a group of musicians will take up the challenge to execute it, but they are going to need the right instruments for that music to be played in the best possible way, to reach the results that the composer intended to. And even more importantly, these instruments will also support and underpin the education to create that fertile environment in which composers and musicians of tomorrow can grow and thrive. So that my very dear friend Madeleine here although a little bit green now, may one day become this. Who knows, the next Hilary Hahn. So now, going back to our scientific journey, if the composer was inspired, if the musical score is sound, pun intended, if the musicians are talented, if the instruments have been wisely chosen and are perfectly tuned, sometimes the magic happens, and that execution will remain in history. Every one of us in this community is maybe just a drop in the ocean of the great scientific endeavors, but without that very drop, it would be a lesser ocean. And without all of our drops together, it wouldn't be an ocean after all. We're all important, each of us contributing for his or her part. And all of us together, we are the instrument that make modern and future science possible. Thank you very much.